Hello friends, welcome back to another episode. Thank you so much for watching today. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I have got some exciting things to show you. First off, I want to say happy Easter to everybody. I don't know when I'm going to schedule this video to come out, but for me, it's Easter morning, and the house is quiet. Got baby girl off to her job this morning, getting ready to go to work myself, because if you don't know, I've got two jobs. One job, I work at Walmart, and so Walmart is open every day of the year, right? But anyway, I thought maybe I could jump on really quick and show you something exciting that I've come up with. I've been editing videos this morning. I have a video that's coming out on waking up my geraniums. So I've got some geraniums that I've had over the winter that I put to sleep with one of my best friends, Krista. She came over to my house and she helped me take out my geraniums last summer, at the end of the summer, and we shook out the roots and put the babies to sleep, and then it's time to usher in a new season, and I'm so excited about that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this video. We've got our cup of something wonderful. I'm gonna have a slurp session. Slurp with me. Okay, today is a good day to have a great day. Let's go ahead and get our coffee set up to the side. You never know, we may need it again. Coffee is good for the soul. Some people like tea, some people like coffee. I wanted to show you something that I did in my calendar. I'm so excited. And of course, as always, I write everything in pencil until I decide I want to actually put it permanently in my planner. So today I decided I wanted to do something in my planner just to commemorate this exciting time on YouTube for myself. So I have never scheduled a video before, but today I did. I edited and I scheduled my geranium video. So we're going to celebrate our small steps. So we have two parts to my geranium video, part 1 and part 2, and I scheduled both of them. I'm going to put them on my calendar just so I can have something pretty for myself when I open up my calendar. Give me a little bit of happy. I've got these beautiful stickers that I don't use, so why not use them? Why not use them? It says for you. I don't know if you can read it. It says for you. So today for me, I'm going to give myself a sticker, make my planner a little happier. Speaking of happy planners, the inspiration for today's video actually does come from my happy planner. Let's bring that one over here. I decided she's getting to be a little bit too much. I've got all of my favorite envelopes in here that I've been using for all of my cash envelope stuffing and tracking. I like it. I like the happy planner. It's really easy to handle, and it's kind of convenient to be able to take it in and out, take these envelopes in and out pretty quick. And I thought, you know what, there's got to be a better way to kind of consolidate and make a binder. What if you don't have a happy planner? What if you don't have the funds right now to go ahead and buy yourself a fancy dancy binder that you see on YouTube. I know a lot of people don't. I don't. So let's just go ahead and figure out a way that we can do it the radical restart way. And you know what that is. That is taking something that we have around the house and turning it into something that we can use again. So let's go ahead and put up our planner here. And I'm going to show you what I've come up with. Over this last week, I got inspired by Big Girl. Big Girl was upstairs and she was using one of my favorite trash to treasure items, a cereal, obvious, a cereal box. And if I'm fancy enough, I'm going to insert a picture of the actual box itself here. But when I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to use that. I love this cereal. This is one of my favorites. Yeah. Yeah, a pumpkin spice. I didn't want to let it go. One of my favorite times of the year is around Thanksgiving, and this is why, because everything pumpkin spice comes out, and that's my favorite. So I thought, okay, I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to use it. How can I use it? I can make myself a cash envelope system using a cereal box. So I had to stop and really use some creativity and thought, how am I going to transfer my wonderful envelope system that I'm using? I like it, but as you can see, I've got envelopes that are hanging out of the tops and bottoms of my planner, and it's just not, I don't know, not quite perfect. So I came up with this idea. Check it out. Let me find it. I almost hit it on myself. Yep. Everybody knows what these are, right? And if you were one of my ballet students, you will recognize this right away. Whenever I was helping to run a ballet studio, every single summer, we would have what was called a Young Dancers Workshop. And it was one of my favorite times of the year because we would take the younger children and we would fill up these folders with ballet history, coloring pages, and trivia, and all kinds of wonderful things. And we would put their names on the fronts and give them to them to have as a memento for the workshop for the summer. And I have a whole box full of these because I used to, as a couponer, I used to always wait for the back to school sales, and I could get these for pennies, literal pennies. And so I had them just hanging around in my storage, and I thought, okay, can I use this? How could I use this? Well, my Happy Planner obviously has removable slots where I can take my envelopes in and out. Well, guess what? These do too. Right? They do too. That's not too bad. So, just got my ideas running, and I thought, surely there's a way that I can make a cash envelope system and a small binder for myself, just using these items that I have around the house that are just hanging and saying, Becky, declutter, declutter, declutter. So this is what I come up with. And it was kind of a happy accident, as a matter of fact. I took my cereal box. I knew I wanted to keep my title for my Cheerios. Makes me happy. I don't know why. Makes me happy. But I went ahead and I used my envelopes to measure out about how I wanted to give it a little bit of space on all four sides so that I have enough margin here to put in my my nice little hole punchers to put in my binder. And then I wanted to leave margin on the top because I don't want to go through what I go through in my Happy Planner, which is sliding up or down. You know, it's just not a perfect system for me. So, all right. So this is how I started it off. I took my cover down at the bottom of my folder, and I cut it out, and let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. And it leaves a space. Let's see here. I think this was actually the top. Yes, this was the top. So this is what it looks like, right? So I went ahead and I cut it out. I opened it up and I found out, Becky, you gave yourself a bonus. Look at the bonus that I gave myself. Can you see? I actually have a mini folder. So all these beautiful trackers that I've made for myself, or if I want to remake them for myself, guess what? My trackers can go inside my folders and I can have a whole system. So the first thing that I did was I decided on exactly how many folders I needed. And in order to come up with that, I thought I needed to kind of list out exactly what I needed. So I have my top priorities right now, which, you know, can change over time. I can add or subtract or even make a new binder, but these are my top. So my top priorities are my 12-week challenge that we've been working on, the license plate challenge that I've told you about, my Christmas fund, my Syrian dice game that has both that folder and the overage. I have a self-care envelope. I don't know exactly what I'm using it for yet, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to put a few dollars away anyway. I have a vacay envelope and giving. I want to make sure that I include a giving envelope because I love the phrase that Dave Ramsey says, outrageous giver. And in my gratitude journal, I put that in my, you know, just kind of like a little affirmation. Yes, I am an outrageous giver. So I went ahead and I started my folders because obviously I didn't want to do everything from start to scratch. But this is the bottom. Can you see it? That was the bottom of the box. So I did the exact same thing, cut it to the exact size of my cereal top. And I glued it on the back. Now this time, no, we didn't use our sticky glue. You know why? Right? Because this is slick. If any of you crafters out there know, that's not going to stick very well to this type of paper. So I went out and got, the only thing that I actually purchased for this project was a glue runner. And if you don't know what a glue runner is, it's just tape that's on a roll, and it's double-sided and it's permanent. So let me show you how I've continued this process. I will have to preface, the one fancy, if I did anything fancy, I did not like the fact that I had purple and orange. I don't know. That just was not jiving with me. So I'm like, how can I hack this? So what I did is I took a little strip of craft paper. You see it? And I tucked it underneath. I used my double-sided glue runner, and I put clear Scotch tape over the top. Perfect? No, Does it fit the job? Yes. And that's all we need. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take my top folder and show you how I adhered. So sometimes you have to be careful. I found out the hard way doing this on my desk that sometimes if I didn't use kind of something to tape onto, accidents happen all the time. Some accidents are not so happy. And for me, that not so happy accident resulted in me having permanent glue tape on my desk, and that did not make me happy. So I just decided I better have something to protect it. So as you can see, there is not a right or wrong to how I'm doing this. I just want to make sure that I'm getting the edges as closely to the edge as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see if, yeah, you can see that on screen. You can see what that looks like. Not perfect, just done. And then once I do that, I found it easier if I actually stand it up and use our trusty eyeball method. I think as I'm talking out this process, I think I want to make sure that I have it more flush on this side. No, I think I want it more even on this line. So what I'm doing is I'm eyeballing to the edge of my folder here. Let me see what that looks like. Perfect? No. Done? Yes. So, what can I do? What can I do? I still have a little bit of purple left over. It's okay. I'm just going to take the scissors. Let's see if we can take the scissors to it. Yeah, we can. I know somebody out there is probably saying, that's a little too much. Well, the way that my eye works, my eye goes immediately to the imperfect process. And I know, I know I talk a lot about we don't have to be perfect, but there are just a few things that my brain will not stop on. So, okay, so got the first folder. One thing I failed to mention, and let me see if I've got any areas here that I can use. Yes, as a matter of fact, this one is perfect. When I cut these folders, you can see what these are. It has actual flaps, right? And I thought, okay, how can I get past that? So I came up with a little trick. I used, and of course now it's off screen, so give me just a minute, bear with me for just a second, and I'll show you. Because you know I'm all about the hack. I took the leftover edges, the corners, because you know this has just got a little bit of double-sided. And if you're very careful, you can pry it open and have an automatic flap, right? So this is how we came up with our hack. Oh, it's so fancy. It's so fancy. You're just not going to believe yourself. Look, we have an automatic crease. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and peel it carefully. So what I do is I use my pencil to just kind of go underneath that. Yeah. Looking here to see. You know what? Becky just doesn't need this. So let's get rid of it, shall we? My brain is stopping me because of this little piece of paper. So let's not let that happen. Simple. There's a hack for that. Isn't that what they say? Okay, perfect. If we need any more, we've got extra. If we need to make any more. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little surface. I'm going to cut that in half. Give it a little snip. But we don't need it all the way. We just need it enough just to hold the flap closed, right? Here's how we do it. Let's get our runner's tape. We're going to open this up. Get those little dots going. I like to use this as my guide. So I'm going to take it probably about, give it a little bit of a lip. That way I can open up my flap if I need to. And I mean a very strategic process. Just push it down. And do it like that, right? Then we'll take our runner's tape. I have to be careful because sometimes I'll get it on the actual folder itself. That is not helpful. So we want to make sure we are doing things that are helpful to us. And voila, we have our very own handmade file folder. Okay, ready for our trackers. So I'm going to spare you the process of doing the whole thing on tape or on video. So let's finish making our folder. So we have our title. I know how many I need. Let's refer back to the list. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I counted out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting 7. So let's just count them out, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm right on track. 7. Okay, so we've got our 7 divisions. Go ahead and do a quick little you have to eyeball it sometimes. Sometimes you get squiggly lines like I just did. Do my pretty little yeah, that's artistic. That's on purpose, right? Artistic and on purpose. And do a couple just for good measure. And then I probably want to make sure I'm a little more careful on the line, outside lines. So I'm just going slow, just so I can eyeball it. Stand her up. Here we go. Give it a good press. Last one. Oh boy, that was pretty. Sometimes I really have to give myself props for the beautifully artistic way that I do things when I'm in a hurry. But that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. How many times you hear me say that? There we go. One more line for good measure. Stand it up. And give it a good press. Voila. Voila, ladies, gentlemen, we have our very own cash envelope sorter. Now, Becky, what do you mean when you're talking about cash envelope system? You've got a Happy Planner, and it has different holes, different hole punches than your file folder. Yeah, well, we have a way to go around that too. So let me show you how to do that. Very simple. I took my very first one, my 12-week challenge, some tape, and all I did was I taped across the bottom where I want to insert it into my folder. Let's see if we can get a solid colors going so you can see. And all I did was I took my little hole punch. I have a hole punch here. I marked out where I wanted those two holes to be. I have one here. And then one here. And look at how easy this goes. Voila! Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, I will have to rethink how I want my tracker, because my tracker doesn't fit all the way inside yet. So that's okay. I will most likely cut down my Happy Planner insert hole punches. Maybe if we're lucky, we can do it like that. Let's see. It seems to me like that one little piece of paper, that little tab, there it is. Ah, voila, voila, voila. There we go. All right, cash envelope system done. Isn't that cool? So just for good measure, I've got my 12-week challenge. My next challenge is my license plate. So just for good measure, let's show you how we do this. It's very, very simple. I think you could figure it out on your own, just in case there's somebody who wants to see the process. That is how simple I do it. Just like this. See how it leaves a little extra? Cut it like that. Fold it over. Voila, you've already made yourself a space. Even it out. 1, 2, and because we are so scientific, we're going to take our little measuring tape, little measure here. Yeah, I want to make sure that my envelope is even. So let's see here. My holes for my hole punch. Look at how specific and scientific I am. Using the eyeball method. One and two. One is going to need a tab. Let's tab it. We've got everything we need. See how non-specific you have to be? It can be a quick, easy, painless process and turn into something that you are wholly proud of. I hope you have enjoyed this little tutorial. I'm so excited to fill this now with all of my cash envelopes. I'm so excited. You know, we can decorate it. We can turn it into other things as we go along. But for right now, I'm happy with this. This makes me happy. And it reminds me of my daughter and how much she loves pumpkin spice Cheerios just as much as I do. Yeah, it just gives me something happy to look forward to whenever I open up my cash envelope system. So look, she even stands so pretty. She stands pretty. We're time for a little slurp session. One more before we go. If you like this video, please, please, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell so that you don't miss any of my other videos as we go along. Like I said, we're going to have the Wake Up Geranium video coming out. Not for sure if I'm going to be able to edit and post this video today on Easter. If not, I'll schedule it for some other time. And it'll be a happy video. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be any specific time, but for me, like I said, get ready to go to work. So, gotta hustle, hustle, hustle. We're gonna stuff those cash envelopes and get on the road to financial success. So, until the next time I see you, have a great day. Happy Easter. I'm so proud of you. You can do it. You can do it. It takes one step at a time. Sometimes our first step is the hardest step, but that's all we need. You have the support that you need. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. like I said, go ahead and share, and don't forget to head on over to Dana's channel because she's going to be having some great content. She was talking about maybe even starting the cash envelope stuffing on video herself. You know, Dana was the one who actually got me started in this process. So I'm excited to see if she's going to have some things to share with us too. So her channel is idle.homestead, and I'll try to remember to link that below. If you can't find it on this video, definitely on some of my other videos, so go ahead and watch those too. All right, my friends, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.